What's going on, guys? Wow, that didn't really start the way I wanted to. ChannelBK, thank you for tuning in. My name is Brian. You fucking know the drill already. Anyways, welcome to the beginning of 8 fucking videos this week. As I'm excited to bring all of you these videos. But the first one is obviously a list. This one is for the top 50 singles of the year. So many great songs. I had to be super picky in particular, mainly because one of the things I'm going to kind of bring up in the other lists is how after putting up all my old videos, I've gone back and obviously get embarrassed. Like, it's either like me second guessing my list or saying, why was this number one? This is probably number one now. Putting certain songs on the thing that aren't really singles from this year, or, oh, excuse the fuck out of me. We're still going. This is raw, unedited. But songs that weren't necessarily singles. Like, I remember I put the opening to the Sun Kill Moon record, Benji, as number one. So this year, I wanted to be on it with the single, so at least I'm self-aware that I understand everything. Without further ado, if I pronounce things wrong, whatever, shit, I don't fucking care. We're just going to go through the list like normal. Second half, we're going to talk about a little more. Let's just get into it. So at number 50, Mexican Fender, Weezer. At 49, we got No Effort. I can do this shit with no effort. T Grizzley. Number 48, we got Chanel, Mr. Frank Ocean. And at 47, we got De Safio by Arca. Yes, I fucked the name up. You know the song. It's great, though. Okay? And at 46, we got Swish Swish by Katy featuring Nicki Minaj. At 45, we go Don't Go To Anacita by Protomartyr. 44, My Old Man, Mac DeMarco, to open that album up. At 43, we have another opener, almost, with Confetti, Big K.R.I.T. At number 42, we got Pleasure by Feist. And at number 41, we got Little Dark Age by MGMT. At number 40, we got the new Moses Sumney record, Quarrel, or a song rather. And at number 39, we got Northeast Southwest by Japandroids. 38, we got the great pop tune Cut to the Feeling by the always lovely Carly Rae Jepsen. And at 37, we got Slide, Calvin Harris, Frank Ocean, The Migos, you know it. 36, we got Want You Back by Haim. At 35, we got Bam, Jay-Z featuring Damian Marley. I kind of debated on a lot of the songs on this record as well, like some of the other songs on here, so just want to bring that up because it could have been tied with Story of OJ and other songs too. At 34, we got a song from the new Mount Erie record called Ravens. Epic track, grand track, super disheartening. It's just emotional. I love the build in this record. It's 6 or so minutes of just depression, but it's great. 33, Less Than, 9 Inch Nails. And at 32, we got the new Young Fathers track with Lord. 31, It's Okay to Cry by Sophie. Awesome track. And at number 30, we got the opening to the new SZA record entitled Supermodel. At 29, we got Rockabye Baby, Joey Badass, and Schoolboy Q. 28, we got one of my more favorite mainstream kind of pop tracks of the year. That's There's Nothing Holding Me Back by Shawn Mendes. I don't fucking care what you guys say. I love Shawn Mendes. Come fuck with me. 27, we got the super emotional song from Sufjan and Stevens called Tanya Harding, who thought that a song about Tanya Harding would make me all fucking depressed, but it's Sufjan, so obviously. And at 26, we got I Dare You by the XX. At number 25, we got the 3rd of May from Fleet Foxes, grand track as ever. This made me so fucking excited for the new record, and obviously it was a great record, so it did its job. Obviously as luscious and creative as usual, and I love it so much. But at 24, we go to something more simple. Boys, Charlie XCX. I don't know why I kind of stumbled saying that. Quirky track, colorful track. I love her writing on it. It's so fun and playful. I love the sentiment of it. And yeah, great pop song from this year. At 23, we got the hard-hitting Freeze Me from Death From Above. This record kind of caught me off guard. I've sort of heard songs of theirs here and there in the past, but once I finally got to this record, this was one of the standouts, and I love the hard-hittingness of it. I love the kind of soft verses and the big choruses on it. It's great. At 22, we got Big Fish by Vince Staples. Usually every year I have Vince Staples on here. For the most part, it's simple. I love just the mood of this track. I love the experimental kind of dance club vibe I got. Juicy J's contribution is great. And yeah, at number 21, we got Boogie, Brockhampton. Couldn't leave Boogie off of this list because it grew on me so fucking much when I heard that song. It's fucking crazy and ridiculous, and oh my gosh, it's so great. Such a great way to open up Saturation 3, and so happy that they actually released a single like this from there so I can consider this because it's so great and so weird and experimental, and they're all great on it. 20. A track that kind of encapsulates the year, I like to think, Pure Comedy by Father John Misty, the self-titled track from the self-titled album of that, Pure Comedy. I keep saying self-titled, I don't think that's the way of saying it. But anyways, I think this has a lot to say about the year we've been in. It sort of puts it all into perspective in a very beautiful way, and I think Father John Misty had a great year this year, and this song is definitely proof of that. Number 19, Want Me Around, Knuckle Puck. I am sort of, a softie for this sort of old school kind of hard-hitting pop punk that isn't like Pup or Jeff Rosenstock where it's like rough around the edges and all that. But Knuckle Puck, finally got around to listening to them and their record, and I loved what I heard, and Want Me Around is definitely such a great standout track, so it just pulls at my heartstrings a little bit. 18, Skywalker, Miguel and Travis Scott. Again, another track that threw me off guard. I kind of fell off of the Wild Heart album Miguel put out. I still like some songs from it, but when this song came out, I remember being 10 times more excited for this record because I was like, if this is the sound it's going to be, it's like hazy, but it's also like hard hitting and smooth. And I just love Miguel on it. I love his falsetto. It's great. Travis Scott lends a great verse as well. It's so good. At 17, we get something a little bit more simple and a little bit more emotional with No One Knows Me, like the piano, Sampha. I'm so happy Sampha finally came out with a record this year. This song is beautiful. I love it. The instrumentation with the piano is just great and simple, and Sampha just has such a great, his voice is so good, and I think this is one of the big highlights from this album, and it's definitely just a gorgeous track all around. At 16, we got Sign of the Times, Mr. Harry Styles. I debated putting this or Sweet Creature on here, because Sweet Creature, I love the simplicity and I love it, but Sign of the Times, when I heard it, I was not expecting like this Bowie, Elton John-esque sort of mixture of a track. I was so happy for Harry Styles. Like, he was kind of the one I was holding out for, and to hear this track in full was amazing, and it just blew me away. And it obviously led to a good album as well. And there's nothing more I could say about this. I just love the sweeping vistas, and I just love the, we gotta get away from here. Like, it's beautiful. It's great. It's great. 15, we got the epic Marine Tigers from The World is a Beautiful Place and I'm No Longer Afraid to Die. Anyways, this song threw me off. We got the first single, which was a little bit peppier and poppier and punchier and shorter. That was a lot of stuff I just said. But Marine Tigers is kind of classic songwriting for The World Is. It has a lot of great ideas about the world we're living in. Again, lots of obviously great political records and songs and all that this year. And the build is amazing. It's, I think, one of their best built songs on any record or any EP or whatever. And it's just The World Is doing a great job with all the layered instrumentation. It's great. 14, it's a song I kind of died down a little bit from, and I know it's not a lot of people's cup of tea, but I'm still a fan of it, and that is Green Light by Lorde, opening track to her new album, Melodrama. I love just, obviously starting this track, or this album rather, off with this idea of this breakup and just the way she sort of sings on it. I love the instrumentation. I know for some people it's too poppy, but I love the mixture of what Lorde does mixed with this sort of mainstreaminess. I just love the drums and just the driving pianos in it. It's great. I personally love it. And number 13, it's a song that I think is going to be very interesting for me to say, because here's the thing. Montez, shout out to Montez. He got me listening to this song, and he is not a big fan of this person as much as I am. Not a fan, just rather I don't listen to this guy's music that much. And he had me listen to this song, and I do not know what it was, but the second I listened to it, I fucking loved it. And that is EXO Tour Life by Lil Uzi Vert. I know. This song I love. There's just something about it. I love the tone. The way he croons on it is great. I don't know. There's just something about this track that I keep going back to, and it's one of like the few kind of mainstream rap songs like this that are out this year that I personally just pulled myself into, and it was something that grew on me so much over time, and I just came to love it. So it's a great track. Number 12, Hard Times, Paramore. This song had to grow on me. First time I heard it, it wasn't like I was like, where's the old Paramore? It was more of like, I didn't know if they were doing the sound the way that I thought was going to be interesting. As I kept listening to it, the funkiness, Haley's performance, everything about it was great. I was so happy that they pulled this off. And once again, I think once I kind of got a few more listens, it definitely paid off. But something that's also in the pop realm that I was very surprised by is Kesha's Praying at number 11. I would have not thought her coming back would have been such an emotional one with a song like this. I think, obviously, the lyrics sort of shadowing her relationship with Luke and all that. And it's just such a well-written song. Shout out to Ryan Lewis, who actually produced or co-produced the track as well. But her performance is great. It's so minimal, but the build on this is great too. And the sentiment's awesome. Number 10. We're in the top 10 now. Lemon, N.E.R.D. and Rihanna. Holy shit, Rihanna fucking killed it. Pharrell fucking killed it. This is one of the most colorful, playful, and experimental in a great way tracks I've heard all year. Pharrell's crazy, and he just pulled this track out of nowhere, and I was so excited, and this made me so excited for the new record, and this track just, I still listen to it. It was one of the late additions in the year that I was so glad to hear because it's so good, so good. At number 9, we got Dreams Tonight by Always. Dream pop group. Kind of, came into this blind because, like I said, there's a lot of great singles on that album. This one was kind of my favorite. I know maybe some people might think it's a little bit too dreamy and too, background and all that sort of shit. I don't think that way. It's a great sort of song. I love the lyrics on it. The performance is great. I was so happy to sort of hear another group that when I heard the comparisons of like Beach House, I got so excited because I really like Beach House. So listening to this record and specifically this song, I just loved it a lot. It's super dreamy. Something that's in the other direction in terms of production is Everything Now at number 8 by Arcade Fire. The record was disappointing. The record was disappointing. But this song still, I love so fucking much. I still listen to it, and again, lyrically it's great, performance is great. I love just the ABBA feel to it. I don't think there's anything more I can say because I feel like I'll just kind of go into a rant about the record, but like I said, this was one of the few shining moments, and I was so excited for this record, which obviously was let down by, but this song's still phenomenal, so I love it still. At number 7, Junkie, Brockhampton. Oh my god, you have 2 Brockhampton songs? I made it a deal that I would at least put on separate singles from separate albums of theirs. Spoiler, there's no more songs from Brockhampton. This is the last one. And you know what? This is why, because I love them so much and I didn't want to overdo it, because there'd be a lot of Brockhampton songs on here if I could. Kevin's verse is about being gay. Matt's verse is about sort of the idea of, domestic abuse. Amir's drug addiction talk. The beat is just weird and experimental, but also catchy. This was one of the highlights for Brockhampton. I was very proud of them for this, because coming off of the first Saturation, to go into these topics on the second one, even though they brought stuff like this up on the first album, this was sort of the album that kind of dove them into that. And spoiler, maybe I'll talk about that more in the top albums of the year video, so watch out for that. Number 6, one of the pop rock tracks of the year, Run for Cover, The Killers. Not much said. I love the performance. I just love this song. It's such a upbeat but also a dark song, and I love the combination of it, and it's just, the sound of it is great, and I love the hard riffs, and the drums are just booming, and it's, oh my god, such a great track. Love it so damn much. At number 5, like I said, this could have been any song from his new album, but I picked Boredom. Tyler, the Creator, Rex Orange County, and Anna of the North. I think I picked this track mainly because when I first heard this, I was so fucking blown away that Tyler was able to pull off a track like this so well. I love the instrumentation. I love the vocals. I love his raps. Everything about this track is so sticky and great and just layered and so well done, and just that hook is so great. Find some time to do something. It's elegantly crafted. Well done, Tyler. Well done. At number 4, we got Ran, Future Islands. Future Islands is back. Again, record was, okay in my opinion, but this song still stuck out to me. I thought Sam's performance is as emotional and impactful as ever, and I like the instrumentation a lot. It's very subtle, and then it grows when it needs to. Definitely a highlight in the realm of sort of pop this year as well. Number 3, once again, any song I could have picked and probably put in its place, but honestly, if I had to pick what my favorite Kendrick Lamar song of the year is, it's DNA. It's probably one of his best songs I've heard in a while. Mike Will's beat is crazy. Kendrick's lyrics on this are insane. I just, all this, the flows he does, and just when it goes crazy at the switch near the end, it's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. And this track is, yeah, without a doubt, one of, or you know what? Looking at it, it is my favorite hip-hop track of the year. So good. So fucking good. And number 2, Slip Away, Perfume Genius. Mike Kadrius pulls it off again. I was not expecting this as a first single. It completely elevated from where Too Bright came from. This storybook quality, this fantasy quality. It was like the build was so dreamy and lo-fi, but then when it builds, like the huge instrumentation works with the lo-fi-ness. It's crazy. I still, like, my jaw still drops listening to this track. It's so gorgeous and lovely and layered, and it's God, and his performance is as impactful as ever. Ah, my God, it's so good. So good. But Mike Kadrius cannot take number 1. My number 1 is a band that actually made my top 3 a few years ago with their song, Want to Get Better. I Want to Get Better. But you know what? They take it this year. Bleachers, number 1, Don't Take the Money. Every time I listen to the song, I find something new I love about it. I think Jack's lyrics are great. I like the hook is so infectious. Like the whole, you steal the air out of my lungs, you make me feel it. I think Lord's contribution, her little vocals are great. Such a well put together song. Such a big, loud song. It's so fun and peppy, but it's also serious and dramatic. And it's just everything I could have asked for in a single this year. And I think it's the best one, obviously, this year. Guys, that's my list. I'm glad that I got through it this time easier. But if any of these songs are your favorite songs of the year, please put them in the comments below. If they're not, put some of your favorite singles in the comments below. And if you haven't listened to some of these, please go check them out. The list is below. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we're going to be doing more lists. We're going to be doing a second round of classic reviews this year, which is exciting. And hopefully you guys got something out of this. So I thank you so much for watching. And thank you for turning into ChannelBK. Whoa, I fucked that up. But peace out, guys.